Hello and welcome to episode 4, season 3 of United We Stand with the mighty Manchester United. We were mighty once, especially when we had this awesome legendary kit that smells just as bad as the one I wore in a previous episode. But as always, thanks for joining me. It's massively appreciated. Honestly, if you're in a good mood, do what you can do for charity, for the boo charity. And that is hit the thumbs up, get involved in the comments, subscribe if you're new, hit that bell and you'll never miss anything I do like this series of mine with Manchester United, which is going alright. We ended the last episode champions of the world. Awesomeness, absolutely awesomeness. Scraping our way past Bayern, battling with Chelsea on penalties, and then that final was a dream. But what about this season? Well, we're still skint, there's still shit going on. There might be a few ins and outs, but I was well excited to play, and that's what I've done, so let's get into it. I want to start the episode right here. It's the 10th of August, the season is about to start. Just to show you the finances, I've not done a ton of business, mainly because I can't. Even though I've got 30 million to spend, I've still got wiggle room in them wages. The overall balance is already looking bad, and that's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It's getting progressively worse every season, and I don't know when the game might sort that out, when we're going to hit a wall and it'll be forced to sort it out. I've played this game so much, like FM23 especially, and I remember seeing the Glaciers go after a couple of years, but not on this save, because the owner status still says loves the club. Loves the club apparently. They need to go, the snaky, slimy bastards. Because at the beginning, you might remember, I think it was episode 1, when we did have a bit of money, they let me improve the training and the youth facilities, but I've never been able to do it since, because we've not got the money to. Can't do it. Never got that actual money in the bank to improve the club. Just like real life, it's a shit show. Like Old Trafford, the amount of times I see Old Trafford get expanded on Football Manager, can't do that either. I'd love a lovely new Old Trafford. We need new owners, and I was hoping I could get them. It'd have been great for the series. I'm not even asked about Tycoon Takeover, just someone who'd come in and clear the debt, and then we just had more money from our sponsorship every summer and all the other stuff we get. So it is a bit frustrating because I can't buy all the players I want to buy. I've got to be a bit more, I've got to rein it in a little bit more because I haven't got that money, and I'm competing with Manchester City, who buy players for 298 million. They bought Jamal, I call him, from Bayern Munich for 298 million on one player. I'd have got about 3 or 4 with that. So I have to be a little bit more clever. And obviously, I needed a midfielder. But first, onto the goalkeepers. Now, we bought Altay last year from Fenerbahce for 22 million. They came in this year. It was about 22 million. I said no because I don't want to lose my backup keeper. He kicked off, and I just thought, do you know what? If they come back and I can find someone, I'll probably do it. So I did find someone, and they came back with 24 million going up to 29. The person I found was Sam Johnston, decent keeper, a good backup keeper, happy to be a backup. He's got a couple of caps for England. He's had a great career. He's been at Palace, West Brom for years. He was at Villa as well. And you may or may not know, but he's a United lad, isn't he? From our academy. So he classes as a homegrown player, which is very helpful in a European squad. Obviously, the other big player you knew was going, if you watched episode 3, was Bruno Fernandes. He went for 98 million. He's 30, 1 year left on his deal, 98 million. I mean, some of you said you can push him and get more. I'm happy with that. He's a good player, but obviously done. And you can see why he wants to go. You can see why he kicks off last year, because he's on £1.3 million a week, and he's gone to the same team that Casemiro and Varane went to. It's mental. And when you get them news items now, do you know when you get which league spent the most? The Premier League's always at the top, usually like 1.13 billion or whatever. Saudi Arabia are always second on that at the minute. It's a real thing. I know it's real in real life, but it's a real thing in the game now. Of course, I needed a midfielder. Now, Eriksen's gone, and I signed one. You saw him in the last episode. We'll have a quick look in a minute. But I couldn't really find an attacking midfielder. And the way we ended that World Cup, I switched to my other tactic with a defensive midfielder, and we got through it, and we won. And we beat City in that final, I think, in a good way. So I decided I'm going to use that this year. And he's a solid player. And what I was happy with, he's world class. He's good. He's at a great age. He's got some great attributes. I got him for 69 million eventually. Which is hard because a lot of these players now in this game, a lot of top end players, they are 150, 200 million, 250 million. Can't afford that. So to pick up a good age, solid central midfielder for 69 million sounds crazy, but I think that's a bargain. Of course, we signed him at the very beginning of the window, Mr. Arda Güler. I showed him in the last one. Initially to play behind the striker, but this year he won't. He'll be on that left-hand side of the central midfield, and he plays on the right wing for me quite a lot. I like him, he's a decent little player. So these are the bookies odds, and we're second, which is fair enough. City are top, which is pretty obvious. Still got Pep Guardiola, still got all them ballers. Some absolutely top end players. I mean, that team's pretty much Manchester City. One cool thing, or mad thing, I thought, was, you remember, obviously I took Eric's job. Eric Ten Hag spent that first season without a job, and then went to Villa, I think last year, and was at Villa and did okay at Villa, got to FA Cup final. City beat him in the final, Borefest. But they've sacked Mikel Arteta this summer and then poached Eric Ten Hag from Villa. So Villa have poached Seany Dyche. My mate Greeno will love this. Sean Dyche is my friend Greeno's favourite all-time manager. He just loves him, his voice, his style. I think he wants to model himself on him. So he'll be buzzing with that. So Seany Dyche is at Villa, and Villa are one to watch. So we're not going to go through all the players. I've got loads to get through. You know most of them by now. They're all really good, but I'm happy. I've got two great strikers, and I think I was going to push Højlund more than Osimhen this year because of he gets too many niggles. He's a bit annoying. But I've got great left wingers. My right wing's covered now. I've got 4 players who can play there really well. My central midfield, that main 3, Neves, Barella and Rice, I think are great centre halves. Got good full backs. Decent goalkeeper, good solid backup who's a United boy, and a third choice decent keeper. We are set. And I was really excited to see if we could carry that on this year, changing it up, playing this way. Can we kick on? But obviously, without being able to buy a lot of world-class players and working with my awesome squad, it's awesome, I knew I could do one thing, and that was my staff, which looks the same to you. It's going to look the same. It's all yellow. It was great, and some people are like that. If you get the best staff, you think, oh, that's it. But you can always improve it. Just because I had the best doesn't mean it is the best. There might be guys out there who are better, and there always are. Especially when you get a few years into the game. My 2 assistants' contracts were up, so I got rid of, let them go. I brought in 1 assistant, and he's brilliant. And again, just tweaked the coaching team, improved it in multiple areas. I let my new assistant plan pre-season. I couldn't be bothered, but it went really well. It's good to win all your games, even though it's just about getting fitness. But I felt really strong. We've come out of the World Cup on fire. Went into pre-season on fire, and like you probably know, because I've talked about it, Manchester City won the Premier League. Manchester City also won the FA Cup. And with us being runners-up, then we had to face them in the Community Shield. Now, what you're about to see with your eyes still baffles my eyes. I don't know what happened. We beat Oil FC 4-0, but that's not even the best bit. The best bit is those match stats. And it's not like Pep part of B team. I mean, look at this team. Silva, Vinicius Jr., Haaland is front 3, De Bruyne, Jamal in the middle, class back 4. They couldn't even get a shot off or on target. The tide may be turning. Maybe. How are we doing it? I don't know. So with a lovely little trophy, tin pot or not, in the cabinet, the Community Shield, we had to think about this year. And I've got good players. I've got players who can move about. But I was going to, be using the guys who don't play as much in the domestics. I'm not too bothered unless we come up against a big team. Champions League, I want to do well in, but it's that Prem. I want to do well in the Prem. Could this be the year we topple City? Well, maybe. You can see at the top of the screen where we are in the league. We'll look at that later. But we're just jumping in here on the 18th of December. Because this is the first game I lost. Is in the Carabao Cup in the quarter-final against Brentford. Now, like I said, I was B-teaming it. Charlton, pretty much B-team. Obviously, it's not always the way, but you try your best. Middlesbrough, the same. Brentford was 0-0. Went to penalties. Højlund missed, which I was shocked by. But that's the first game I lost. But there's a reason why I B-teamed that Brentford game, because I had this game coming up. An important game. Just played it at this point, as you can see, in the morning against Liverpool at the Theatre of Dreams, beating them 1-0 because City have full-on decided to go off the boil. I don't know how. Maybe their £300 million midfielders just disrupted the flow, the equilibrium, or whatever you want to call it, right? Højlund is up there with Haaland, loving that. But we're top of the league at this point. Game in hand as well, but it's us and Liverpool. Arsenal aren't far behind us. By the 1st of January, we're still top of the league. Still got a game in hand, level on points with Liverpool. Still not been beaten. Haaland's starting to leave Højlund in the dust. Is what it is. He can be top goal scorer, mate. You're 5th. What's going on? 10 points clear of City. Bonkers. Drawing too many games. But, you know, I'm buzzing. I mean, I really enjoyed this. I had Thursday off. Playing it all day long, man. It was fun. And I can't put my finger on why I think we're doing a bit better. I brought in a backup keeper and a really good central midfielder. The rest of them are the same lads. Is it the staff? Is it that little change of tactics? Just seems to work better with this group of lads. So obviously we're out the Carabao. That's okay. Less games. Concentrate on what we really want to do. And you can see these are all the results in the Prem. I mean, look at it. Some absolutely great games. Scoring goals as well, which is good. It's been a bit tough. The Norwich game, we should not have drawn that. I don't know how we did. But we had 2 big games recently. I mean, obviously the win against Liverpool, but I drew with City. Yeah, and drew with Arsenal. I was hoping I could beat one of them and not get beaten either of them. Look at that money. I think that's the worst it's been in Jan. 290. I think that's what we were in at the end of the first season. So it's getting progressively worse. So this is a squad at the halfway point. Arranged by average rating, and Luke Shaw is baller. But it's like that, isn't it? He'll get injured. Oh, and he'll come back. He'll be shit. And then he'll have these big periods where he basically turns into Shawnaldo. Do you know what I mean? Oh, God. So he's been brilliant this year, to be fair. Højlund, I've been pushing him over Osimhen, to be fair, who is tired anyway. Barella's got a bit of a knock at the minute. Delor's got a bit of a knock. But, I mean, as a squad, they've been working, rotating them as much as I can, really. I mean, these are the guys who've played the most. If I switch it, I mean, obviously, you know, anywhere between 8 to 12 games, 17 games for him. Had an injury, though. But they're still getting games. Do you know what I mean? I'm trying. We're now moved on to the 28th of Feb, and this was a big day. Just played this game at this point, so I thought I'd save this just to show you. Again, morning kickoff against the team we're going toe-to-toe with this year, Liverpool, for the title. And we got battered at Anfield 3-0. Massively disappointed with that, I'll be honest with you. Still got a game in hand, can still go back to the top. But it's definitely us and the Scousers going for it. City are 4th. They're going to be lucky if they get in the Champions League. I mean, Aston Villa down there in 8th. But don't forget about Villa. They're a good side under Shawnee Dyche. Although when you look at that formation, you're like, you sure Sean's still the manager? I thought he was a 4-4-2 kind of man. But they won the Carabao Cup. We've now moved well into April. And I saved it here because this is the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City, who actually managed to get some shots off this time. Which, you know, fair play to them. Well done, City. Still, you know, good team still, isn't it? Grealish on the pitch and that. So we're in the FA Cup final. Someone mentioned in the comments you got to keep playing till you do a treble. I don't want to think about trebles. But we have got a slim chance, you know. I mean, at this point, I'm 2nd in the league. I'm 3 points behind Liverpool, but it's toe and toe all the time. We keep switching. I've got a game in hand. The goal difference is close. I've still only lost 1 game, and that was to them. It's drawing 10 that is killing me. Yeah, look at Haaland, by the way. And they're still 4th. What has gone on with them? I couldn't wrap my head around it all the way through playing this season. But, you know, Villa in 7th. Don't forget Villa. And don't forget Everton. We replaced Shawnee Dyche with Andoni Iral. I can't say his name. I'm not even going to try it. But why are Everton important? We have the better half of Liverpool in the FA Cup final. Everton. 14th of the summit in the league. Should be bossing them, but we'll see in a bit. Obviously, just B-teaming it. B-teaming it, B-teaming it, B-teaming it. Not going to B-team City, are you? No, 2-0. So, FA Cup final. Not bad. Toe-to-toe in the Premier League. But to complete a treble, you have to do well in the Champions League. And in the group phase, we did just that. Didn't get a beat. I mean, this is what I mean. We've played so well. No matter how many little tweaks I've made to getting the results, and they're grinding through them games, and sometimes have been absolutely fantastic, brilliant. We drew with Real Madrid, yep, 0-0. Their only wins, a 10-0 against Mould was fantastic. Beat Rangers again, Brian, my good friend Brian. Sorry, mate. Into the last 16, we knocked out Spurs, but that was not easy. It was 5-4 in aggregate. It was neck and neck. It could have gone either way at one point. So fair play to Spurs, they were class. What about the quarters? Well, we got PSG. Did quite well against them, to be fair. 4-2 in aggregate. Bayern knocks out Juve. Real Madrid knocks out Milan. And Aston Villa, like I keep saying, don't forget about Villa. I mean, they've won the Champions League in the 80s. Beat City. Aston Villa and Shawnee Dyche knocked out Man say Greeno is going to be creaming in his knickers. Of course, this is the semi-final at this point. We've got Bayern who knocked us out last year, Real Madrid and Villa. I mean, Bayern were tough. I don't know how we beat them in the World Cup. So, you know, I wasn't holding up much hope. It's now the 2nd of May, and another little save point that I had to save after the game because we got beat in a cracking game against Everton, who haven't got anyone amazing. The team I'm thinking, I'm going to boss them in the final. They're 14th in the league, miles behind us in the league, beat me in the league. So I've been beating off Liverpool and Everton. The Scousers are giving me a kicking this year. The only 2 games that I've lost, but it just makes you realise that this game isn't always, you know, simple, that anything can happen. So let's go on to the Champions League, and this isn't us, no, this is Aston Villa drawing with Real Madrid. Somehow, look at the stats, they drew and then beat them 1-0. Aston Villa are in the Champions League final, but is it us or Bayern they're going to face them? Well, we're giving it our best shot to get there to play Aston Villa. This is mental. Honestly, this season's been mental. Loved it. Every bit of it. Loved it. So to beat them 3-0 is fantastic. And then we drew them 1-1 away, but job was done. We were pretty shit, to be fair. Do not care. Do not care. The treble is alive. We've got 3 games left to play in the league. I'm level on points with Liverpool. Arsenal are only 76. Arsenal still have a chance, although they've played an extra game. Burnley and Bournemouth have already been relegated. I mean, I'm not played anymore either. This is it. This is my last save point. And I've been so excited. I love playing this. Playing it all day Thursday. I've got it and it was a great day. But then you get to this point and then it's in your head. You're excited, but you're nervous. Thinking about it. How's it going to turn out? Because you never know. Let's have a quick look at that squad arranged by average rating. Last look at it quickly. Luke Shaw. What the hell? Luke. Brilliant. I mean, Højlund's not 100% yet, but he's scored a ton of goals. Rashford has been bonkers, scoring a ton of goals. Victor Osimhen wants to play more. And he still scores a lot of goals, to be fair. I mean, look at someone like Palestra, who's been a bit part player, still playing really well. So, yeah, I mean, Wan-Bissaka's injured. Arda Güler is injured. But we're still in a good place. I was confident with the boys. They've not let me down very often this year. So this is the running. So I'm now going to play Leicester and Southampton. We'll have a quick live com against Everton. We'll see if we can win the league. And then the big live com has got to be against Villa in the Champions League final. Well, that's the first game against Leicester over 5-1. Dominated them. Absolutely dominated. Osimhen were hat-trick. Made 5 changes not long after that. Brought a lot of players off. They scored. We were a bit flat until the very end. Palestra got us 1. Oh my god. Come on. Aston, I mean, I don't know why I'm screaming, because if they can beat Liverpool, Aston Villa beat Liverpool 1-0. Check that out. I mean, if they can beat them, they can beat us. I mean, it's good and it's also bad. Well, that's game 2 over at home to Southampton. Took a risk here. Put out a B team with Liverpool losing. I thought, let's gamble, because the FA Cup's I've got 2 days rest and then it's the FA Cup. But I managed to, you know, even players I needed to switch a little bit. I've given guys a game, got Højlund some minutes. Rice and Barella shared a half each. And that was a little game all on our own on the Wednesday. Bit unfair, really, with the FA Cup final coming up, to be honest. So Liverpool's still got to play. They play West Ham, who were 7th on Saturday. And the final day, they've got Wolves, we've got Chelsea. I mean, if I lost and they win them last 2 games, we'll be level on points. But they need to score a hell of a lot of goals, don't they? Oh, come on! Welcome to Wembley Stadium. Now, that little thing there, game then, has kind of ruined it for me, really. Because I had Rice and Barella sharing a half each, and now neither of them are fit enough to start a game. But they were fine to start. I just think that game, having that game there is a joke. But it is what it is. So McTominay is going to be starting. Rashford just been brought down in the penalty area. Definite penalty. As always, he's got to check VAR, although it's a freaking penalty. There you go. He's the man who won it for us. Can he be the man who puts it in the back of the net? No! Pickford tips it over. It's 1-0. That was brilliant. Quite enjoyed that little bit of movement. Really, really good. We'll watch it together. We'll watch this. McTominay getting his start, doing his bit. Luke Shaw, best player in the squad, gives the ball away, but we nick it back. Watch McThomas. Højlund threads it through. In off the post. McTominay for the Ballon d'Or. We've been applying loads of pressure, ballsed it up, they won it back, and I thought, oh, it's a long guy like this, Everton might get down the other side of the pitch, but we got it back off him. I think it was Luke Shaw who started it all off. Check that out, an assist and a goal for Anthony. I've got a great friend called Limo. Most of you know who he is, great football manager, Twitch streamer, who's a diehard season ticket holder at Everton, and whenever I play Everton, I do wonder if it's the only time he watches and wants me to lose. I'll jump in now because Everton have just hit the crossbar and they've now instantly got a free kick. They've been a bit better in the second half. I made 2 changes. I brought Shaw off because he had a yellow, and Højlund didn't get a knock, but he looked knackered, so I put Osimhen on because he's been great recently. And I've noticed this a lot with stuff. Some of these free kicks and injuries take forever sometimes. You sat here for ages and oh my god. Oh god, we're flapping here. We're flapping. Everton have been brilliant. And it's now 2-2. I mean, I don't know what's going on here. Delod tried to save it, couldn't get back up. Gets to his Brian dude, get another foot to it, and then again, what the hell's what are you doing? That was shocking, wasn't it? Oh, come on, Anthony, come on, we're back in it. Come on, Delod here, chase that ball down, whips it out, or turns around. Passes it out, sorry. Neves to Anthony, just turns left foot peg. Beautiful. Seriously. Oh my god. What an FA Cup final. Everton have been better than us, especially in the second half. Look at him, Bernie. Fighting for it. Pings it across. He just comes out of nowhere. Simeone, 3. More penalty dramas. Oh god. Let's go for the hat backwards thing again. Will it bring me some luck? We'll see. Osimhen to take the first one, and he gets saved. No. To be fair, the way they've played in the second half, they deserve it. And they're winning 1-0. Come on, Barella. Come on, kid. Come on. Oh, Nana. What's my name? You can do it. No, he can. Declan, lad, focus. Laser focus. Pick your spot and put it in it. Brian. Oh! Oh! Come on, kid. He's had a decent game. I can't remember what his attributes been, but I feel like he's played all right. What a name, Lager Bielk. Is it? Oh, he scores. Little Argentinian bulldog. Oh, go on, lad. This is good, isn't it? Onana versus Onana. Who's going to be the champion of Onanas? The blue one. Oh, God. 3rd string winger. Oh, Jesus Christ. Come on. Oh, shit. I thought he was going wide. Big Josco with his left peg. Yeah. Oh, how? I can't handle this. Just notice as well, we've got the Everton fans. We've got some United fans over there, but it's the Everton fans behind us. Bit of an advantage. With the Toffees. And here's Godfrey. Can he score? Oh, God's sake. I hate this. Honestly, I hate penalties. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was terrible. Rosario, come on, Onana. You've got to save it. You've got to... The hat backward thing don't work, does it? Fair play, Everton. Fair play, Everton. They were great in the second half. We were a bit flat. We were running out of steam at the wrong point in the season. No trouble. It is what it is. It is what it is. Well, we move on. We've still got 2 trophies to aim for. The Premier League, I've got to play Chelsea at home. And of course, Aston Villa in Champions League final. Well, it's game day. Liverpool beat West Ham. Well, we were getting beat off Everton 4-0. So going into that last game, I mean, we've got 10 plus goal difference. We've got a great chance of scraping our way to the Premier League. It's been a battle all season, though, to be fair. It's our time in the Chelsea game. I've got to show you this because we are playing terrible. It's like we've just gone off the boil at the worst possible moment. Liverpool are drawing. It looks like we will win the league, but I don't want to go out this way. This is shocking. Well, we were terrible. We got beat 3-0. They were crap, right? I made 5 changes with half an hour ago because they were just shit, right? And I am worried, even though right now I'm picking up something I've wanted to do since I started this series, but to be so good all year, we just lost the FA Cup. Maybe that's FA Cup blues. Maybe we felt like we'd won it no matter what. Liverpool actually got beat 1-0 off Wolves anyway. But you know, it's kind of took the shine off it. It's a great thing though. Got the gold badges back. This is fantastic. But I would not. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about going into that Villa game. So there we have it, the final Premier League, and we are champions, and that's fantastic. City have crept in. They're all right there. They've got the Champions League spot. They were playing Arsenal. They drew 0-0. Chelsea in 5th. At 20 points behind us. Absolutely battered me then. Absolutely battered me. Well, here we are at my possibly my favourite stadium of all time. Most of you know that, the Puskas Arena. Love it. Absolutely top-end stadium. Great place to play football. Had some great memories here on Football Manager. And it is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. We've got to go out there and hopefully we can turn it on against Shawnee freaking Dyche. So anyway, yeah, bit of a retro kit from back in the day. It's from the late 90s, isn't it? And I mean, some of you know my nickname's Bood. I love my name. It comes from smoking a Buddha. When I used to smoke weed a lot when I was younger. But I'm that old that it's kind of changed. Back in my day, it was a different kind of it. And when you used to have it, little rocks would fall off and burn in stuff. And I've not realised, but I've got 1, 2, I've got them all over this. 3, 4, 5. I must have been sat there a lot. Watching an amazing United team, which I don't get to do much anymore. Hopefully I'll get to do that here, although so far, 27 minutes in, not a lot has happened. Do I feel good? No. I mean, I'm just in the Premier League and I feel so flat. I've had so much fun playing this season. Hardly been beaten. You know what I mean? Had some great games. Real fun playing this season. Real pride in this team of mine. Even though I only bought one main player who can't bloody play in this game. Oh, come on, Rashes. Come on. Oh. But we just got to the stage now where we're finally hitting that wall at the wrong moment. And it's half time. It's 0-0. It's not great. But I've made no changes. I should have, maybe. Luke Shaw, my assistant, didn't want him to play. Rice probably come off. Anthony won't 100%. I'll make some. I'm just going to try and push it a few more minutes. Just hoping we can get a goal here early. Come on, Delo. Find a man. Look for someone in a red shirt. Oh. Possible penalty. We're having a review here. Penalty awarded. But Rashford giving up the crowd. Don't worry about that. Just get it in the net. There you go. Don't miss this time. 1-0. If you're still with me on this, thank you very, very much. I'm probably going to do another one. I'm filming a couple of videos next week with my mate Luke. I mentioned that from the Offbeat podcast. Director of Football Challenge. We're going to be using Newcastle with My World. And we're going to have a head-to-head episode. I don't know what we're going to do yet, though. Where we'd have a good chat and stuff. Oh, go on. Oh, fuck. Neves isn't no dilly-dallying on the ball. He's charging back. Well done. Come on. Here's Delo. Don't piss this up. Don't balls it up. He's trying his best to there. They're being very risque. I'm not a big fan of risque. I'll be honest with you. Right, come on, Shaw. Best player in the team this season. Luke bloody Shaw finds Neves. Come on. Bit of positive football. Not again. Fuck. Twice he's just lost it. Right, keep hold of it with your feet. There you gives it away. You're coming off, mate. Oh no, Anthony. Go on, get in, lad. He's been on fire at the end of the season. At least someone's trying. Come on. I did look at Martinez. Couldn't afford him. He wanted to come. I looked at Pickford at Everton as well. Could have possibly pushed that deal through when I saw Johnston. Thinking only he wanted a backup. And anyway. Shit. I've got 15 minutes left. I've made a good few changes. Big Josh goes on. I brought Garnacho on because Anthony won 100% anyway. He's been playing well though. Let's see what happens. Oh, is this another penalty? We're stuffy bastards. Checking the review, and we've got another one. Jesus Christ. Come on, put the game to bed, please. Please, cheer me up. I know we've won the Premier League, but I feel so flat, Rashers. Get in. Right, come on, let's just see this game out. Come on, we can do it. We can do it. I mean, the Premier League and the Champions League is pretty sweet. This close to a treble, though, kicks you in the balls and makes you think, let's go again next year, although I've no idea how good we'd be next year. We've been fantastic this year. For 99% of the season. It's all over. It's all over. I've got my second Champions League trophy and we've won the Premier League. It's not been a bad season, has it? And you could say, you were that close to a treble, you should have probably done it. But football's football. Anything can happen, but that is awesome. Going forward a little bit more, and that's looking like my budget. You're not going to be able to buy shit with that. It's a worry, innit? I won Northwest Manager again. That's definitely new. I don't remember ever seeing that. Obviously, I won Manager of the Year, which is great. Got entered into the Hall of Fame, which is very nice. It's been decent, but we're going to go again. Let's do another one. Well, there you go. That is the end of season 3. We're not doing too bad, really, are we? This close to a treble. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. Make sure you smash that thumbs up if you enjoyed it or you just want to help support me and my channel. Subscribe if you're new. Come join the family. Hit that bell and you never miss anything I do, and it's always appreciated. Your view, though, like I always say, is the best thing. Thank you for spending some of your life watching me play a computer game. You're mental. But I love you for it. You beautiful person, you. Hopefully they'll come back. You won't go missing. I definitely want to do another one. I'm enjoying it. Squeeze another one out. Why not? But there will be a new series coming soon. I've got a few ideas. There's a league I want to try that I've never been in with a great team that I've really liked the idea of. There's a rebuild I want to do. There's loads I want to do. I just need more time. But anyway, what a season, eh? Champions League and Premier League. Come on. Back on top of the world, really, aren't we? World champs as well. But I don't feel satisfied yet. I feel like I've got more to do. But as always, thank you. You stay happy. You stay safe and booed. Bye-bye.